Types of taxes. So the taxes can be classified, okay, into direct and indirect taxes based on the impact of the tax. It can be classified on the basis of jurisdiction into central taxes and state taxes. Okay. So first we will start with direct and indirect taxes. So as we had discussed in the previous class, I guess, yes, in the yesterday's class I told you. So direct taxes is when the burden cannot be shifted. Okay, when the impact and the incidence is on the same person. Okay, the tax is levied on somebody and collected from the same person. It is known as direct tax. Okay, when it is levied and collected on the same person, it is called as direct tax. Okay, when the impact is on one person and the incidence, that is from whom it is collected, is on another person, it is known as direct tax. So as I told you yesterday, like GST is an example of indirect tax. So the hotel that you go and eat food, okay, will charge 5% GST. I mean, the government will levy the 5% on the hotel, but the hotel will then transfer it to the customer, people who consume food. So you will be paying for the food and the GST also. But the GST is on the hotel, but it is transferred to you. Okay, as simple as that. So impact is on one person and incidence on the other, whereas direct tax is this one. So that is the incidence and impact. So burden is on whom? Burden can be shifted in case of indirect tax. Burden cannot be shifted in direct tax. In direct tax, burden cannot be shifted. In indirect tax, burden can be shifted. Then, so viability of payment. So direct tax is less burden on people because it is based on ability to pay. Whereas indirect taxes, since it is proportional, everybody has to pay the same tax. Okay, it is borne by the consumer irrespective of their ability to pay. On both rich and poor, it is the same. It does not distinguish between rich or poor. So you take a biscuit packet, you also pay the same tax. A person on the street also pays the same tax. Ambani also pays the same tax. There's no difference. So therefore, if you take that into account, which tax is better? Direct tax is better because it is less burden on people. Because only those who have has the ability to pay pays. So which one is better? Direct tax is better for the economy. Agreed? Why direct tax is better? Because it is less burden on consumers, on people. It is based on ability to pay. But in terms of administration, direct tax is difficult to administer. Okay, because it gives scope for evasion. Understand this. Okay, administrative cost, okay, is high. Administrative cost is high. Because individually you will have to monitor people's income and collect income tax from that. Whereas indirect tax is easy to collect because it is incorporated into the product itself. When you buy biscuit, are you separately coming home and online you're paying tax? No, because the product that you buy already includes the tax. Inclusive of all taxes will be mentioned, no? That's why. So government do not have to come to your house and say, you ate biscuit, give me tax now. It's already there in the biscuit. Okay, so cost of collecting indirect taxes is less as it is wrapped in the price of the goods and services and hence cannot be evaded. Provided you go to black market and buy illegal products. Okay, so all these smuggled goods, okay, in your national market and all you get, no, okay, smuggled goods where you don't have to pay taxes. Now, for example, gold, okay, you don't want to pay tax, even 1-2%, or how much is, I think 2% or 3% for gold, 3% for gold. I mean, if you talk in terms of 10 lakh, 3% of 10 lakh is huge. So you will go and tell, no, I don't want bill and all. Cheatily, you can write and give. Correct, no? So that is in black market. That is illegal. Okay, that's how you can evade paying your indirect taxes, and their government has a lot of ways in which it can curb it. Okay, it's not difficult for them to curb it. Okay, so demonetization, online transaction, compulsory online transactions, cash is being disincentivized. All those mechanisms are there through which even today, if you go to any shop and tell without bill you give me, they'll say, no, sir, we can't. GST has come, everything is now accounted for. Please pay with bill. Okay, and GST has incentivized the sellers, so they don't have to worry. Okay, it has brought about more transparency. So thereby we have reduced all these things. So direct tax, however, is not like that. You can show less income, you can show no income, especially since majority of our economic activity happens in informal, unorganized sector, and parallel economy and gray economy and all that, cash economy, majority of the transaction happens through that, because of which we can avoid tax. So administratively, it is difficult. Okay, I hope you understood these two differences. Welfare, this is good. Administration, that is good. Okay, then examples, income tax, wealth tax, and all that. Okay, example is here. Okay, examples, some of them we'll discuss in detail. All right. So direct tax, personal income tax, corporate tax, property tax. So when you buy property, you pay tax to the government. Okay, wealth tax, inheritance. So earlier it was there, wealth tax, now it is not there. So somebody who had more than 30 lakhs of wealth had to pay 1% of tax called as wealth tax. Similarly, inheritance tax, gift tax, security transaction tax. When you make transactions in the share markets, okay, buying and selling of shares, for example, you have to pay security transaction tax. Next, you have excise duty. What is excise duty? Excise duty is an indirect tax. Excise duty on them. So any goods manufactured within the territory of our country, tax is levied, which is called as excise duty. Then you have service tax, tax on services. So both these now has been replaced, except for few excise duties. Okay, they have been subsumed under the GST. Okay, customs duty, tax on import and export. VAT was sales tax of person. I'll come to that. Value added tax, GST. Okay, we'll come to that. Octroi tax is tax that is levied on entry of goods into a territory. Okay, like within the national territory. Okay, for example, tax levied when a goods enter into a city, a tax is levied called as octroi.